ओके तो अभी हम लोग का एक पार्ट है. वी हैव नाउ वी विल स्टार्ट ए न्यू कॉन्सेप्ट दैट इज कॉल्ड कोलिजन. What do you mean by collision? Collision means if there are two objects, okay.
यार मेरे ख्याल से दोनों ही अपन लोग क्लास में.
हाँ
कोई नहीं है वहाँ पर नहीं है सिर्फ.
चलेगा, नो प्रॉब्लम,
अरे आप लोग करते हैं.
चलेगा. So what do you mean by collision? Collision means basically two objects hit each other. हाँ क्या हुआ सिद्धि?
सर नेटवर्क इशू है, मैं ज्वाइन करती हूँ जैसे
हाँ ठीक
बहुत फ्लक्चुएट हो रहा है.
ठीक. Two objects, okay, hitting each other. मतलब basically if you take example of a carom board where you have a striker and you have a dart. Okay, you try to hit it and it goes into the hole. So that means what is happening? One object is hitting the other object. Okay, in this type of collision, you have two objects hitting each other. Both might be moving in a velocity or might not be moving in velocity. Means this might be having a value. Either this might be moving, one might be at rest, still the collision will happen, or this might be at rest and this will be moving towards it. So it is basically two objects hitting each other. That's it. Okay. You might be there that three objects hitting, but normally in our 11th class we will study two object colliding with each other. Okay, this is a basic intro to collision. So what happens? So whenever there is an object, whenever there is an two objects, both will have some mass. This will be m1, this will be m2. Okay, and let the velocity this be v1 and this the velocity be v2. Let's say this is moving in this direction, this is moving in this direction, but the velocity of v2 is lesser than velocity of v1. That means after some time this will go, because since the velocity this one is lesser than this one, this is more, this will go and collide with this. So after some time you will see this will go and hit this object, and after the collision this will go at a different speed. m2 will go at a different speed and m1 again will go for different speed. Means this will go at a different speed, this will go at a different speed. These type of collisions are what kind of collisions? We'll come to that. So is it clear? Okay, so if you talk about kinetic energy, okay, then there are three types of collisions. The first collision is perfectly elastic, inelastic, and perfectly inelastic. Now what is this? In this type of collisions, okay, perfectly elastic collision, the kinetic energy before the collision and the kinetic energy after the collision and kinetic energy before the collision is same. Here in this type of collision, the kinetic energy after the collision and kinetic energy before the collision are not same. And here what is that? The kinetic energy here, the kinetic energy is also not same, but here also it is not same, but I will tell you why. Second, E is 0, E is 1, E is between 0 and 1, and here E is equal to 0. What is E? E is a new term, I will tell you. It is called coefficient of restitution. It's called coefficient of restitution. What is E? I will explain in the next class and in the coming class. Okay. Next, The velocity after the collision for here, the velocity after the collision for both the objects will be same. The velocity here, the velocity after the collision and the before the collision is different. Velocity for both objects, velocity before and after the collision is again different. But here the velocity for both the objects after the collision means after it's hit, this will move and this will move. Either it will move in the same velocity, or after the collision this will become one body. Means, for example, let's talk example, you are trying to shoot a bullet. If you try to shoot a bullet, and if you, let's say you have a wood, big log of wood, you try to hit a bullet. So the bullet and the wood are two different objects. So when the bullet goes and hit the wood, it will remain inside, it will stuck up. So that means this become one body. This will be an example. Or one more example can be where you might, there may be a situation where you are trying to collide in such a way that after collision both the object will move in the same velocity. That means the final velocity of both the objects are same. This will be an example. Now let's talk about this one. What about examples of elastic and inelastic? If I talk about elastic and inelastic, 1 minute, I will give you an example. Yeah, if you talk about the elastic collision, the example could be bouncing perfectly elastic, perfectly inelastic, inelastic and perfectly inelastic. The example could be bouncing of ball with same velocity, okay, after collision on the ground. This one example. This example could be collision between two billiards balls, snooker balls, or carom board. And here this will be collision between a bullet and a log of wood. I hope it is clear. Yes? Okay. Okay. So now we will go to the next part is on the basis of direction of colliding the body. This differentiation was based on the kinetic energies, how the kinetic energy changes. But now we will come to there'll be two types of collision on the direction of how it hits each other. Means let's talk about an example. You have a ball, okay, both the ball on the ground, okay, you try to roll the board towards it. That means this will be, the ball will hit each other. This is called head-on collision. Okay, head-on collision. Or else you can have, like, you are trying to play, one ball is going like this, another ball is going like this. So how it will happen? This will be like this, hitting will happen like this type of collision. Or you have like this and one more object is come like this. This is called oblique collision, or oblique, an angle. Here it is exactly head on 90 degree. That means if you see both the objects, the center will lie on a exactly the line of impact. It's called line of impact. The line of impact is a line. It's a line. But here if you see the line of impact, it is different. Why? Because see, for here it is like this, but here it is like this. So the line of impact is not straight. It is like this. It is like this. Clear? I hope it is clear. If not clear, we'll do in the next class. Tomorrow's class, we will explain if at all you have any doubts. Okay, simple. It's just that you try to put an angle. You send like this, and you send this one like this. So after some time, you see this will come and hit each other like this. Okay, it is not head on. This is going in this direction. This is going in this direction. But if directly it's a line, this will go like this, and this will go like this. This is called head-on collision, head-to-head. Normally, an accident, if you see, if you take for an example, the major accident happened because head-on collision happens. It's a big truck and a car will go and collide straight. Then it will be a big collision because chances of death will be higher. But let's take an example. A bike is going like this and another bike is coming like this, and just it slides, it just scratches, so you will not have that much damage. The death will not be there, hardly there'll be chances of death. But in head-on collisions, it is a maximum energy is the energy released will be high, because obviously the mostly in the head-on collision the object may take may catch fire because of the friction, because of the hitting. Okay. Okay. So now let us go to the uh 1 minute. Yeah. Now we will see the uh what is coefficient of restitution. That is what is important. I told you E. What is E? Coefficient of restitution. Very, very important. What is it? It is basically, if I tell you if you tell, let's for example, I'll give an example. Explain with an example. Okay. Let's say one object. Okay. One object. Initially, this is the initial was moving in direction U1, initial velocity. So this will be M1. So M1 U1, and this is moving at a U2 in this direction, where U2 will be lesser than U1. Whenever this one this speed will be lesser than this speed, then only collision will happen. Of course, right? If this will be greater than this, if let's say U2 will be greater than U1, then they will never meet. It is same like a bike is overtaking another bike. There is a bike and you have another bike. If you want to overtake this bike, then your speed, this is you and this is me. If you want to overtake me, you have to go in a faster speed. If I goes in a faster speed, you can never catch me. Okay, so it's very simple. Try to imagine with an example, road example, because it's becomes easy for you to understand. Okay, so when U2 is lesser than U1, collision will happen. This is initial. After some time, collision happens, and after the collision, obviously the speeds will change. So after the collision, the speeds, let's say the speed of M1 mass becomes V1, and the speed of M2 mass becomes V2. So U1, U2 are the initial velocities of M1 and M2. V1 and V2 are the final velocity of M1 and M2. Clear? Then what is coefficient of restitution? Coefficient of restitution is nothing but it is basically minus of final velocity, difference of the final velocity by the difference of the initial velocity. Very simple. So for this example, what it will be? Minus of V2 minus V1 by U2 minus U1. That is called E. So obviously when you multiply the minus, it will become V1 minus V2 divided by U2 minus U1. Either you can remember this or you can remember this. I think this is very easy. So minus of difference of the final velocity, difference, the difference of final velocity divided by difference of initial velocity. Or else you can also say this as the relative speed of separation divided by relative speed of approach. Why? See, both are approaching, they're approaching towards each other. Okay. And then after hitting it, they'll separate. So the initial part is still approach and the final part is still separation. So it is, so if I want to sum it, your E is nothing but minus of difference of final velocity divided by the difference of initial velocities. You can tell speed, velocity, it's okay because it doesn't matter. We are only talking about the magnitude, okay? Or else minus of relative speed, relative speed of, don't say minus, you can say when you come to relative, we don't need this thing. Relative speed of separation by the relative speed of approach. Okay, it's very clear. Yeah. So let's for example, we are considering, so in this case, so whenever, so there are two concepts, so we have to remember, whenever the collision happens, there always will be conservation of momentum. What do you mean by conservation of momentum? Conservation of momentum means the momentum before the collision and the momentum after the collision is same. Means, so what we saw the two objects m1, m2. The initial velocity was u1, u2. This is the initial velocity, and the final velocity was, sorry, not like this, right here. Initial velocity is u1, u2, and the final velocities are v1 into and v2. So if I say the what is momentum, you know momentum is equal to m into v, yes or no, or mass into velocity. So if I say what is the initial momentum, then how can I write the initial momentum? I can write the initial momentum as, what will be the initial momentum? Let's talk about yeah, the momentum, initial momentum, final momentum. Initial momentum here, it will be what? m1 u1 plus m2 u2, because some initial momentum, both I am talking about both the objects m1 and m2, and the final momentum are m2, sorry, m1 v1 plus m2 v2. That means if I'm saying according to the conservation of momentum, I'm saying that both the momentum should be same. That means your m1 u1 plus m2 u2 should be equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So if I rearrange, so let me rewrite this. Let me rewrite this. M1 U1 plus M2 U2 equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. So if I rearrange this, okay, then how it will be? Let us take M1 this side and M2 this side. So this will become M1 U1 minus M1 V1, and this will become M2 V2 minus M2 U2. So if you take M1 common, it will become V1 minus U1 minus V1. And if you take M2 common, it will become V2 minus U2. Yes. So we are saying, so this is what type of collision? Elastic collision. Okay. So whenever elastic collision, we saw that kinetic energy after the collision and the kinetic energy before the collision is same. That means remember this: initial velocity, final velocity. This is m1, this is m2. Initial velocity is u1, and this is u2, v1 and v2. So the kinetic energy will become what? Initial kinetic energy will become half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square. And this is for which one? Initial, initial kinetic energy. Final kinetic energy will become half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. So in the when the elastic collision, both is same. That means your half m1 v u1 square plus half m2 u2 square equal to half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. So half half you can remove. Okay. So if you remove half half, half. So I can delete half. So what you can write, this can be written as m1 u1 square plus m2 u2 square, that is equal to m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. Okay. So same, you take this one this side. Which one? This one to be this side and this one to be this side. So this can be written as m1 u1 square minus m1 v1 square, that is equal to m2 v2 square minus m2 u2 square. So again you take m1 common, this will become u1 minus u1 square minus v1 square, and if you took m2 common, this will become v2 square minus u2 square. Clear? So so now what I'm doing, you can pause and you can see if at all you don't understand. Okay. So you have two expression now. This is one expression. This is one expression, and this one is another expression. What we got. This is what we are interested in. So this I'm trying to explain what is coefficient of restitution. If both are equal, okay, both are equal. So this m1 v1, this u1 square minus v1 square, v2 square minus u2 square, is it not like a square minus b square formula, where I can write this as a plus b into a minus b? Yes or no? Similarly, this can be written as m1 into u1 plus v1 into u1 minus v1. Okay, this will be m2 into v2 plus u2 into m2, sorry, not m2, this will be v2 minus u2. Now see, m1 v1 minus u1 minus v1, see u1 minus v1 and m. So this part is equal to this part. Can you see m into u1 v1 into m2 into u are equal? So this can be deducted. So what we are left with? We are left with u1 plus v1 equal to v2 plus u2. So what you should do? Now let us rearrange. Rearrange means what we will do? We will take, you will take this one that side and this one this side. Then u1 will be this side and v2 that side. If you write that one, this will become v1 minus v2 equal to u2 minus u1. If this is equal to this, so can I write this equal to into 1? So this I will take denominator, I will get v1 minus v2 divided by u2 minus u1 is equal to 1. And what is this? Initially we saw that E is nothing but separation. This is nothing but E. So this is equal to E. That means the relative separation after the velocity, after relative speed after separation, and relative speed before, during the approach. And we also saw in the table that E is equal to 1 for perfectly elastic. So for elastic, we found E equal to 1. So, and it is very clear from this that E equal to 1. Okay. Is it clear, all of you? So please see this derivation, very, very important derivation. You might get question on this. Okay. So I think for NEET exam, this will 100% come, this type of problems. Yeah. Okay. So practice this and please come up tomorrow. I want to teach many more things are left. Okay, maybe due to unavailability of students, network issues, I could not teach much. So this what I was trying to explain. Please learn, and if at all you don't understand, please tell me. Okay, we'll go slow. We'll never hurry up. Yep. Thanks.